Has someone ever offended you? Of course they have. It's impossible to live among other humans and not be offended at times. So how did the offense affect you? Well, of course, it depends on who did it and how damaging the offense was. The closer the offender is in relationship to you, the greater is the pain of offense. Now, obviously, a spouse or family member would hurt you far more deeply than a retail clerk. The most painful offenses are when you feel betrayed by someone close to you that you trusted. Now, because offense is a universal experience, Satan has learned how to use it to influence and control humans. His strategy is very obvious. When you're offended, he feeds you every negative thought about that person that he can find to throw at your mind. He reminds you of any past offenses from them. He fills your mind with alternative interpretations of the event that makes the offense worse. He wants you to become bitter, so the relationship is permanently damaged or even ended. Satan's primary goal is for you to become offended and bitter with God. That's who he really wants to drive a wedge between you. He wants you to see that your prayers aren't answered and God's abandoned you, so you take offense and you become bitter towards God. Now you see, offense is a poison that grows to consume you if it's watered and entertained. And that's why the Bible is so clear in Ephesians 4:26 that we are not to let the sun go down on our anger so a root of bitterness doesn't start growing, as is mentioned in Hebrews 12:15. Now here's a fact about offense that most people don't realize. Offense is a response that you choose to take. It's based on your interpretation of the event. No one can force you to be offended. It's something that you permit. It's just like anger. It's a reaction you choose, and you can stop it if you want. So how can we outsmart Satan and disarm his attack to poison us? Well, we have to pull out a very powerful spiritual weapon that is not always easy to use. And that weapon is forgiveness. You see, when you forgive, Satan can no longer torment you with thoughts of revenge and hatred. Forgiveness is not saying that they did nothing wrong. Of course they hurt you. But you are choosing not to let that offense linger and grow within you. Forgiveness is demon repellent. They have nothing to throw at you if you've forgiven. Now, I have to be very clear that there is a big difference between forgiveness and reconciliation. They are very separate actions. You can forgive and release an offense without restoring a relationship. You see, reconciliation requires a restoration of trust, and that takes two willing people and time. And that may not be possible. But forgiveness only involves you and God, so it's always possible. So the next time you are tempted to take offense, step back from the situation and decide if that's a path you really want to take. Do you really want to carry the offense and let the poison grow inside you? Or should you just forgive, brush it off, and move on, knowing you have just outsmarted Satan? Now I want to hear from you. Have you been able to resist the temptation to take offense? Just leave your story in the box below so we can all be encouraged. And if you'd like to learn how to renew your mind and be transformed mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, then you should join Free Your Mind. It's our new weekly online video program that will walk you through the healing journey at your own pace. Just click on the link below for more information. And I'll talk to you again next week.